This is the match from the runway. They say about the red. Tell me again. Love for way back when. Jump short time, trip down. Don't get sent. Send some back to the pen. All my G's and friends, we check it for them. Whole lot of charges laid to this day. No confession for them. Really feel no ways. Keep my ways. No progression for them. Thinking back this way. Who get 8 and that's just lessons for them. Sosa, Fabi, looking like Katie and Kyrie. My TD Baker's on what? My TD Baker's on Kylie. Try back in the lobby. All right, welcome to episode 4 of the Off Work Podcast. What's been good with you, bruh?
Hola, mis amigos.
Cinco de Mayo dropped on Taco Tuesday, dog. We still on lockdown. That's crazy.
Yeah, we recording this on Cinco de Mayo. That's why, looking like a Mexican farmer right now, but
like Speedy Gonzalez and shit. Yo, but dog, what happened to your beard joint, dog? So before you tell this, dog, so we
you letting out secrets, dog. You letting out secrets, dog.
So we FaceTime this dude, Jorel, and I shout out to Jorel. He couldn't make it tonight, doing family stuff. So shout out to him. But so me and Jorel called him on FaceTime, and this dude had like a full beard because this shit right now and shit. So I was like, dog, like I got a full beard. He's like, dog, I'm part of the beard gang, dog. I'm part of the beard gang.
I was.
And then you told us that you had it penciled in, dog. So explain to the fans what the hell was going on, dog.
Nah, I just wanted to feel what it was like to be a part of the beer gang, just for one day in my life.
Dog, it looked legit though. That's the crazy thing, dog. Like from the camera, it looked legit.
Yeah. I mean, for real, I just wanted to see what it would look like. Like if it was filled in. Right now, I'm Patches McGee, so kind of wanted to see what it would look like filled in. So that's the only. We in quarantine. I was bored as shit. So I'm like, fuck it, dog. Let me just see what it's gonna look like. She was dope. I was part of the beer gang. I felt good, dog. I just wanted to be with you.
Dog, but chicks be doing all the time with their eyebrows, eyelashes.
You're right.
Not dissing y'all, but when they do it. So I feel like that could be our equivalent. We have like the hat, dudes' hairlines be fucked up.
Yeah. You're right, dog. You might be on to something, dog. You might be on to something. I might start a trend, dog.
That's what I'm trying to say, dog. Off work beard ink, whatever you want to call it.
You never know, dog. Next pod, I might just pop up beer gang one more time, man. You never know.
Dog. So Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday, so I want to start the pod by shouting out all the moms out there, especially my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, everything like that. Shout out to all the mothers out there, the single moms, like, listen,
for sure.
Single moms, shout out to y'all. Like that's non-stop work, So shout out to the single moms out there, whatever. And speaking of single moms, Drake was raised by a single mom. Dropped the album last week.
Nah. Let's get it right. It's not an album, dog. It's not an album.
Well, a demo?
Demo tape. Get it right, dog. It's not an album.
What's the name of it?
Lane Demi Tapes.
Lane Demi Tapes?
Yeah.
Start us off, dog, because I have a lot I want to get into as far as like the demo / album / mixtape / lost tapes, whatever you want to call it. I have a lot that I want to say, but I'm gonna let you, get your shit off first.
Okay. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm a huge Drake fan. I wouldn't go as
a huge Drake stan.
No. See, I was about to address that. I'm not a stan. So to me, a stan, like they can't do any wrong in your eyes. Like every song is great. They never have any bad songs. To me, that's a stan. I don't take it that far. But I am a huge fan of Drake. It's my favorite artist, for those of you that don't know me, but yeah. So let's put
your
that
favorite
out.
artist, like ever, like no matter what the genre, just like your favorite rapper / whatever.
No. Artist of all time.
Man. All right.
But yeah, so favorite artist of all time. Just wanted to preface our conversation and our future episodes. We'll just get that out the way. Put that in the air.
So as Drake being your favorite, when he took that L to Pusha T,
yeah,
did you feel like you took an L too?
No, man.
Come on, dog. Be rich boy, dog.
Nah. Why would I feel like I took an L?
You wasn't upset, bothered, like disappointed?
No, that comes.
Have a rebuttal?
So he had a rebuttal. He was advised not to put it out.
Come on, dog.
Come on,
dog.
Jarvis, come on. You saw what happened. He always has a rebuttal ready. You saw what happened with the Meek beef. He doesn't come unprepared. Now you might not like him, but you have to admit he is very tactical. You know, he always has a plan in place. I don't think he would have gone into the beef without having a rebuttal ready. He knows Pusha T is gonna reply. He knows what type of rapper he is. So he's not just gonna go into it like, okay, I'm gonna just do him like I did Meek. He knows that he's gonna have to have a reply. Come on now. He's not stupid.
He didn't know. That's cool and all if he knew what Pusha T was gonna come with. He didn't know Pusha T was gonna out his child and get all personal like that. He didn't know. He got ambushed. So I think personally, he recorded something where he's talking about smashing Kim Kardashian, and he thought that will, you know, you talk about a man's wife, and you invite a man's wife to your privates, all the other stuff, like, or if he did happen to, you know, be with Kim Kardashian, that could have brought some other attention. So
for sure.
Yeah, so I agree from that standpoint. He might have recorded something, but I don't think it was anything because he was like trying to like we're all on the tangent, but he was like trying to pay like people from the 7-5 to get information on Pusha, to get dirt on him. And no, like even people who beef with Pusha has so much respect that they didn't take the money to, you know, find any dirt on him. But personally, I'm petty. If I'm a rapper and somebody asks me like that, I'm gonna start making stuff up. I don't care if it's true or not. It's entertaining, dog. I'm petty. I've been in arguments with people. I start making up stuff on them. Like, yeah, whatever, yo. But it is what it is. But go ahead. Let's get into the album.
So, I was very surprised to hear about this. He posted on IG like he was, you know, dropping Lane Demi Tapes at midnight. And I was very surprised. You know, I wasn't expecting it. We all know, of course, that he's coming out with an album this year. But I wasn't really expecting this type of a demo tape. You know, you can say that. But I feel like he already did this in a way with Care Package. With those all being Lucy's, they've all been tracks that had already been released just not on any streaming platform. And he saw the success of that. Like, it's so crazy. Now, granted, we all grew up, you know, with those records. So, like, we had an attachment to a lot of them. Like, some of those are some of his best records. So, so it's a little different, but I feel like the packaging is kind of the same. Like, this is just a bunch of Lucy's. So with the Dark Lane demo tapes, probably like half of it had already been leaked. So half of the songs, like most people, if like you're a real fan of hip hop or Drake, you've already heard like half of it. So there was only like, I would say like 6 or 7, maybe new songs. And I feel like these were songs that he had already recorded, but he knew wasn't going to be on the album. Like he's talked in recent interviews that like this album, he wants it to be like one of his best, you know, like he's really locked in with this album. So I feel like some of the tracks on here were, of course, he felt were good, but just didn't, I don't think they fit with the album or where he's trying to take the album. So it kind of made sense to him, since all of these records or most of them had already leaked, it makes sense just to, this goes to the business side of things. I might as well get the streams, get the money off of them instead of just keeping them on SoundCloud or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll let you chime in though.
Yeah, like, okay. I was feeling the album, and I got to the song "Landed," and like those were some of the most cringeworthy bars I've ever heard by Drake. What'd he say? I bought my boy a rollie because he rolled with it. I brought that girl a shovel because she gold digging. I be in and out of arenas like Scottie Pippen. Throwaway bar.
Scottie Pippen was a basketball player. He was in and out of arenas.
Come on, dog. He's a ball player, dog. Okay. So I'm gonna get to my love before the hate. The D4L track with Drake, Future, Thugger. That was hard. Like that, when I heard that, my mind like went to a place where like, yo, I want them three to do an album. Like that's how much I like that song. The only songs I really don't like up there is War. I don't like that British grind type of accent. That's whack to me.
Okay.
It's all the people from England and stuff like that. That's not my cup of tea.
Okay.
From Florida with Love, the production sounds unfinished to me.
Yeah.
And Pain 1993, that just sounded kind of like awkward. It didn't sound right. But I mean, the rest of the album was dope. So that's like 4 out of 14. And for it to be a quote unquote like demo, I think it was sequenced pretty well. And I think it's hard for Drake to miss.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for him.
Yeah, I agree with you on some of that. Definitely from Florida with Love. That was, one of the tracks that really made the demo tape thing make sense. Yeah. You could tell like it wasn't done. Like it wasn't mixed all the way right. I still liked it, but you could tell like it could have been polished up. So I agree with you on that. I agree with you on Landed. I mean, the bars just wasn't really there. A lot of people like the song. For me, that wasn't one that I really care for. And then the other one I didn't like that you mentioned, Pain 1993. I don't understand the infatuation with Cardi. That could just be us getting old. I don't know. I mean, maybe we're getting to that point, but I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand this dude's rapping like a baby. Like, why? Like, why? How can anyone find enjoyment in that? I really don't understand. And I think that's just us getting old because a lot of young kids like Playboy Cardi and they really rock with him. So maybe we just get into that age, bro. And if so, then there it is. So yeah, for me, the only songs I didn't like was Landed and Pain 1993. So for me, it was 12 out of 14. My favorite track, hands down, is Losses. Like, I might be going out on a limb, but that's top 20 Drake songs. In my eyes,
damn,
I would say it's top 20, bro. Like, especially for an album, like an album cut is what I'm gonna call it, of course. Let's say when it comes to rapping Drake, it's definitely top 20 for rapping Drake.
Damn, that's a bold statement, dog.
It's easy for me. As soon as I heard it, it was like top 20 rapping Drake songs. Not you too, of course, like everybody else pretty much in the world. I would love to hear a Chris Brown verse on that one. I mean, I like the fact that he had the backup vocals, but definitely wanted a verse from him. I feel like there will be a song on the album with Drake and Chris Brown. And Chris Brown will have a verse on that song. I just have a feeling about that. Like, I don't think Drake would have done that to Chris Brown without knowing, like, yo, I'm just throwing this out here, knowing we got a song on the album. So that's just a feeling that I have about it.
Yeah, Drake gonna come out with bangers, but listen, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, bro. Like, when I first heard Drake, I read an article on this too. So I first heard Drake. What was we like sophomores in college?
It was like 2008, no 2009.
Well, let me take it back. Let me take it back before then. So back in 2006, I used to listen to a rapper named Nicholas F. Right? and he was have Drake, a young Drake, on all his features, and Drake was whack to me at that point, right? So like me and my boy B-Ash, shout out to B-Ash, we would like literally fast forward Drake's lyrics just to get the Nicholas F. So fast forward to 09 when I hear So Far Gone, I'm like, yo, this is like his advancement as far as like his growth from in a short time was astonishing to me. So I heard So Far Gone. I'm a young kid, and like it resonated, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and say it though. Like this, listening to this album, bro, I feel like growth-wise, like Drake, his content hasn't grown with his original audience. He makes surface level stuff. He says surface level stuff that hits. But as far as like, I want more like March 14th. That's what I want. So I read an article. Shout out to my boy T. I'm gonna read what the article states. It says, I think Drake knows this. I don't think he cares. He just doesn't make the songs for me to enjoy. He makes them for me to hear at every party, on every cell phone, and every 20-something's IG page. He makes lyrics for me to repeat, not for me to feel. So I'm like, Drake's content really hasn't much changed. And we look at Beyonce, from her being a teenage Destiny's Child. Like her content has changed as she's grown. Kendrick, he plays with different sounds. They have changed since he has grown. Kanye changes up his sound every album damn near. Shows his growth. Jay-Z shows his growth from like a drug dealer rapper to businessman to what does Drake really do, dog? As far like Drake has mastered the art of, and we talked about it last week with the baby. We talked about this shit last week. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So Drake's gonna say some surface level stuff for you to quote, for girls to quote on their IG page, but it's not gonna hit hard, resonate with a 30-year-old like myself. Drake still makes music for 22-year-olds. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Are you done, sir?
I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Are you done, sir?
I want more March 14th. That's what I want.
Listen to the audience. Please come back. Okay. Do not leave us based on this man's comments. Okay.
The songs are good. Wait, the songs are good, dog. But I'm saying as far as the growth, the content,
all right,
I don't see it.
Okay. So you brought up. I'm gonna tackle a couple of different points you made. Okay. One, you brought up playing with different sounds. First of all, on every album he plays with different sounds. We can just stick on this one, for instance. Let's pull up the track list. So we got
that.
Okay.
But that's not growth. That's mimicking. Like he mastered art of like mimicking flows.
You just brought up getting.
I'm gonna talk about content.
Okay, we can talk about content. Let's go to content. I just wanted to refute that point that you made because that's
okay. You got that
because he plays with sounds all the time. All right. So you say you want more March 14th Drake. So I can see where you're coming from, saying that he makes music for, let's say 21-year-olds, whatever. Some of his music, yes. So when it comes to the hits, things like that, In My Feelings or whatever, Hotline Bling. So I can agree with you on the hits. Like it's a hit for a reason. It has to resonate with a lot of different people, a lot of different races, a lot of different ages. So of course those are going to be more surface level lyrics in a sense. So you're right when it comes to that. But that's when the album cuts come into play. For instance, on Lane Demi Tapes, you have the intro, Deep Pockets, and you have Losses. Both of those are like introspective Drake in his bag records. He has those on every single album when he's talking about what is he going through, dealing with whatever women he might be dealing with at the time.
Same thing, same shit.
That's what he's going. That's what's going on.
The same issues with women since we've been kids.
So do we. We go through the same things. You haven't been dealing with women since you've been kids?
not the same exact issues, but I'm not.
It's not the same issue though. There are different issues that he's dealing with. He's just explaining them in the records, and then he also brings up his family a lot as well when it comes to the introspective records.
Oh, my mom was a single mom. My dad wasn't around. It's the same stuff.
That's his story. You can't be mad at someone's story.
Just like J. Cole. Everyone got mad. Oh, J. Cole, all I do is rap about college, da-da-da-da. And then he stopped it, and that's growth, dog. I feel like Drake, and if you're going to talk about it, do it. The music is good. I don't want nobody to think I'm a Drake hater. Like, the music is great music. But as far as, like, the surface level topics, like, cool, I got it. And the I don't know, the way he doesn't take blame for what he does. It's like, I don't know, though. I think
he did, and he did take accountability in I think it was Desires. He talked about taking accountability for things he's done.
What he said?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I think that it was one. What do you mean? I'm telling you, it was one of the tracks. I think it was Desires. I could be wrong. But one of them, it was all about accountability and saying what he had done wrong. But yeah, when it comes to his subject matter, it's gonna vary. Like I said, if we're talking about hits or party records, of course he's not gonna be super introspective, super deep. It's gonna be surface level type of lyrics on those, and that's when you get like your caption raps or whatever you want to call it.
He's mastered that. There's nothing wrong. He's mastered that. He's mastered that. And like the YOLO.
Yeah.
What else? What other slogans that he's come with throughout the years?
Yeah.
After that, I think he's comfortable being in this box.
I don't feel like he's in a box because he gives you everything.
Nah.
On every album, he gives you everything. And that's the I think that's the hardest part about Drake. I think Drake is one of the only artists that people only will gravitate towards just like a certain type. So there's people that like rapping Drake. There's people that like singing Drake. There's people that like party Drake. There's like 1,000 different Drakes. So that's where it's hard, especially when it comes to albums. There's really no way to please everyone unless you're just a Drake fan in general. There's really no way to please everybody. So that's why on his albums you have a lot of different types of tracks because he's probably one of the most versatile artists ever. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So when it comes to the versatility, since he's so good at so many different things, like it would be hard for him to just stay in one type of bag for an entire album. I feel like that's where you got Scorpion from, where he gave you the rapping side and the singing side. I feel like he was trying to cater to too many people with that, even though, of course, I like the album. But I feel like that's where that came from, since all these people like, are you either like rapping Drake or singing Drake? Let me just do a double album, and then there you go. You can like one half and not the other. Go ahead.
We're gonna have a guest next week. We have a guest next week, and we're gonna finish up this conversation.
Sometime. Maybe not next week, but in the future, soon in the future, we'll have a guest.
Possibly next week, because I want this person's perspective on this. This is like, I think we need. And we keep on saying this every episode. I feel like, especially for this conversation, because women love Drake, and I feel like a lot of Drake's subject matter is like degrading women. And I'm gonna leave it like that. I want to throw some lines out there to see how a woman feels.
But every rapper has those. I hate that argument is dead to me. Every rapper has them.
We'll see.
What rapper doesn't have a lyric that degrades?
But Drake does it in such a way to where it doesn't stand out. Like you be dancing to the shit like okay, he might say some crazy stuff, and
that's like every '90s R&B song. Like
it was noticeable though. It was noticeable. But Drake, he does it. Drake is very strategic, like you said, and very subtle with a lot of things. But we gonna continue this.
That's a dead argument, but okay.
Now we're gonna rank Drake albums from best.
Okay, so are we ranking every project, Well, like, how are we gonna do it? Are we
Solo.
just no? But I'm saying like, it's not care package isn't in there, right?
No.
Okay.
So the best Drake album to me is Nothing Was the Same. Like, people say Drake doesn't have a classic. To me, I don't see why people don't see that album as a classic. Like, that's, like you said, that's all facets that Drake possesses into one album, and it's done. It was put together so well to me. So that's my number one. My number two is If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. When I first heard that album, I was like, what the hell is going on? But like, that album changed the game. Like, what's your album is what we've been hearing for the last, 5 to 10 years. So that's number two to me. Number three, So Far Gone. I remember first hearing So Far Gone. I went to go visit y'all UVA, and Webb was playing it in the whip. I'm like, yo, this shit is hard. So Far Gone is number three. Number four, Take Care. It was okay. I don't think overall it's as good as people make it seem to be.
Okay.
A lot of skippers on that joint, but people say that's
a lot of. Oh my god.
Mad skippers.
That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah. Number five.
You got your mind.
Scorpion. Number six, Views. I love Views in hindsight. Number seven, More Life. Was that a playlist, whatever? Get it out of here. Number eight, Thank Me Later. I don't like Thank Me Later at all, dog. Like, I feel like that was Drake because it was coming off the heels of So Far Gone.
I mean, that was his debut album. I mean, and if you really want to, that was really his debut album.
It was too polished. It was like, nah.
Yeah. Okay.
I want you to rank it. We can compare our rankings.
Okay. Let me pull it up.
Oh, the boy wasn't prepared, dog.
Let me pull it up, dog. I had to write it down, dog.
The biggest Drake fan was prepared. See, I'm a Nas fan. I'm going to give you my favorite Nas album right now while you waiting. Number one.
No, boy. We don't want to hear about Nas. It's 2020, dog. Don't want to hear about Nas, all right? All right, my G. All right. Number one, I agree. Nothing Was the Same. Hands down. Best album. The fact that people are... All right, first, let me get this out the way. The people that argue that Drake doesn't have a classic, at this point, they're just dumb. And they're haters. That's all it is at this point.
Damn, dog.
Like, you're just hating if you can't acknowledge that he has a classic. So, let's throw that out the way.
All right.
So, we'll go Nothing Was the Same. Number one, I agree. I mean, front to back, it has everything you need. Everything you need with the album. Number two for me, I'm going to go, this is tough. I'm going to go Take Care, number two. I feel like it's also a classic. I can't believe you said it has skippers. But I feel like he has two classics. I can argue a third. Number three is If You're Reading This. I feel like some of the younger people will say it's a classic. Like that album.
I can see that. Yeah, like the kids that are like in their early 20s now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
sure. Like that album aged so well. Like if you go back to it now, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got 4, So Far Gone. You already said it. I mean, that's a classic as well, but people don't really like to count that as an album. So
I do.
I mean, I would as well, but it's a hands down classic. Hands down. So yeah, number 4, we got So Far Gone. After that, it gets a little shaky in terms of where I want to put the rankings. I think I'm gonna go with Views, number 5.
You know, mess with Views, dog, because I'm a big fan of Joe Budden podcast, dog. Like when Joe Budden went in on Views like that, to that degree, at that point, I was like, dang, like. It messed up. I hate to say it because I got a mind of my own. But when you hear like, and I heard like I was on Twitter and everyone on Twitter was going in on Views, like kind of like changed my thought process. And I had to like really go back to it recently. Like, yo, that That was hard. Like, that was bugging.
You got to go. Views is another one of those that was kind of killed when it first came out. And, of course, like you said, Joe Budden podcast really added some fuel to that fire because a lot of people nowadays don't have a mind of their own. Like, they'll just listen to whatever popular person they watch and then just roll with their opinion. So I feel like that swayed a lot of opinions. But I feel like Views is another one you have to go back and revisit. And it's a lot better than you think.
Even Joey said that he rocks with Views now.
Yeah. So you got to go. Views is another album you got to go back to, and then I think you'll appreciate it more. So then I got Views. After that, it's tough. I think I'm going to go with Thank Me Later.
Yeah, but they're both booty, so it doesn't matter. More Life, Thank Me Later, they're both booty to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Thank Me Later, and then I'm gonna go More Life after Thank Me Later.
Yeah, More Life was a dud, dog. It's those are playlists supposedly.
I mean, yeah, but it was just like no disrespect to all the people who like the UK stuff, but it's just not my bag. So like that was like 4 or 5 songs. I felt like 4 or 5 songs on that album was like that. So I was like, So yeah.
So my thing, okay, so there's a lot of times I listen to an album and I think it's like trash when I first hear it, but I go back, it's hard. Like for me, I just went back today. I listened to the Big Sean Metro Boomin project. When that shit first dropped, I thought it was ass. I went back to it today. It has some bangers. I mean, it's not, I don't know. I thought it was ass when the first drop, but
it wasn't. It definitely wasn't ass.
So my question, on the flip side, how long do you think it takes for us to deem an album a classic? Remember when good, because sometimes albums drop and it's like, I remember when Good Kid, Mad City dropped. Like, it was like a holiday, bro. Like, immediately, everyone said classic, 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 classic. And to me, at this point, and we talked about Nas earlier, I think Good Kid, Mad City has trumped Illmatic as the best rap album ever. Personally.
I mean, it's in my top 5 ever, so.
Yeah. So, but how long should, because I remember back when I was in high school, that's just classic. That's a classic. That's a classic. That's a classic.
Yeah.
That's a classic. How long does it take for us to deem something a classic?
So I think if we really want to like create like a metric or whatever, some requirements, I think it needs to be, I think this might sound crazy. I think 5 years.
5?
I think 5 years. I think 5 years is the amount of time that you need to know if it's a classic or not. Because to me, a classic can be played in any year.
Yeah. It
has to be able to be played in any year and not feel like, dang, like this don't sound the same or like something. That's when it comes to a classic, that's what I deem it.
Okay.
For instance, like a lot of people rock heavy with Young Jeezy, and they say Thug Motivation 101 is a classic. Mm-hmm. For me, it aged terribly.
Wow. See, we had a conversation. You're wilding. You're bugging, dog.
It could. Yeah. And music comes down to opinion. So I can't. I mean, that's your opinion. That's my opinion. But to me, when I play it, I'm like, yo, it sounds so old to me, and it's just like I can't. Like I just can't. I can't.
It shifted the sound, dog. Like it made. We can argue that T.I. invented trap music, but the sound came from Jeezy, dog. And that's
I'm not gonna
made it for like 20 years.
I'm not gonna argue that. I'm just saying for me, if I go back and play it, I'm like, nah, I can't listen to it. Maybe my ears have just changed so much since it released. But when it came out, like that was I remember that whole summer, that was on repeat. Like that was the only album we were listening to. Was that Thug Motivation 101, but like I said, this is my criteria. This is what I would say.
All right, so I'm gonna throw some albums at you, and you're gonna tell me whether you think it's a classic or not. Flockabelly, classic or not?
No.
The Carter 3, classic or not?
Yeah. Carter 2 is a classic as well.
I listened to Carter 3 recently, dog, and it was so damn safe to me. Like it wasn't classic to me. It wasn't stuff that I'm gonna have on repeat. It was just like Lil Wayne made an album for white people, dog.
I mean, I'm not saying I like every song on there, but I can acknowledge the fact that it's a classic.
Okay. Is Damn a classic? No.
I would have to revisit it. I would have to revisit it to make sure.
Diplomatic Immunity.
I would say yes.
About the OD, dog. Huh?
I would say yes.
Championships. Meek Mill.
I'm not the biggest Meek fan, so it's definitely his best album. Definitely. I don't think it's a classic though. I don't think so.
Cushion OJ. Wiz Khalifa.
Of course. It's not even a debate.
But,
it's not even a debate.
We'll see who's OD. All right, my last one, dog. 808s and Heartbreak.
Of course.
Yo, what man, I'll be all the way real with y'all, dog. So when 808s Heartbreak came out, I was dealing with like a bad breakup, dog. Shorty broke my heart. It was like a real breakup. Like we were talking. So I was talking to a chick, right?
You texted her and you said, "Don't be a RoboCop." Did you do it?
What? So I'm with this chick, right? And we're talking. We're not even together, right? So we're just talking, and so I meet her mom, right? So I meet her mom, single mom, whatever. Meet her mom, and her mom tells her, "Oh, he's too good. He's too good to be real. He's too good to be real. He's hiding something. He's gonna be the type of dude that is abusive." So she comes back to me and she's like, "Mind you, how are we when the 808s came out? Like 20s at this point."
Yeah.
We're old enough.
What year was that? I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up. So she comes back to me and she was like, "Yeah, like I talked to my mom and she says you're too good to be true and to watch out for guys like you and I can't talk to you no more." Bruh. The next day, bruh, I'm over there like I didn't do nothing. This is the first time like I OD'd like this, dog. So I'm over there like my heart broke. Like I'm sitting there like I didn't feel like eating. It was like one of them old school heartbreak joints. And then my boy BJ, dog. Shout out to BJ because he used to get the shit early. And it's before like 808s like dropped. I don't know if he had it on LimeWire. I don't know what it was, dog. But he was like, "Dog, you gotta." And I was like, "Okay, well, send me the file, right?" So emailed it over to me, dog. And like that album hit so hard. Why are you so paranoid? Don't be so paranoid, baby. Don't worry about it. I was like, anyway, they don't love you like I do. They'll never know you. I was like, in my door, like in tears, dog. 808s and Heartbreak. That shit resonated to me, dog. It'll forever be a classic because I was going through heartbreak during that time, bro.
2008, by the way.
Huh?
2008, it came out.
Damn, so yeah.
We were like 19, 20.
19, yeah, 19. But yeah, so I feel like 808 is one of those albums, dog. It's a rare album because like we can ask 10 people, right? 5 people are gonna say it was trash.
Yep.
And the other 5 will say it's a masterpiece. Like it's a classic. Like I can't name another album that's so divided like that. And I think it was due to the sound. Like either you're gonna like the sound or you're not gonna like the sound.
I mean, Yeezus is like that as well, though. Yeezus, people either love it or they hate it.
I'm on the hated list as far as like Yeezus.
I'm not rocking with that either. But I'm just saying that's crazy that Kanye has 2 albums that's like that. Like you either love it or hate it.
Yeah,
it's kind of
because like we said earlier, he pushes the sound forward. He's always forward thinking in that sense. So to wrap up our topics of music, right? We have a new segment called One Gotta Go. All right. So I'm gonna bring up, and we doing New York, and we're gonna move it all across the region and do different stuff, right? So One Gotta Go. Dipset, G Unit, Bad Boy, or Rockefeller.
Okay.
Who gonna go, dog? Who gonna go, dog? And I already know who I'm rolling with.
All right, so let's get rid of one first. So for
One gotta
me,
go.
First, yeah, but let's go one at a time and like let's get rid of one and then break it down to 3 and then to 2 and then the final.
This is hard, dog. It's harder than I thought.
Because we gotta stick with. We only get to keep one.
Yeah.
So we just gonna go one at a time. So for me, first to go. G-Unit, dog. G-Unit is first to go. For me, what?
If G-Unit goes, that means Get Rich or Die Trying, In the Club, all that goes with it.
And Tony Yayo goes with it too. And I'm perfectly fine with Yayo leaving. And Young Buck.
Yayo's my guy, dog.
Young Buck has some hits, but come on now. Let's be real. It's really only 50 and Banks. Like, if we want to keep it all the way real, it's only them 2.
Olivia.
Yeah. You said Olivia. All right. So yeah. For me, simply based off the fact that I'm basically saying it's only 50 and Banks. So it's really only 2 artists. 50, of course, I mean, one of the biggest rappers of all time. Classics, of course. Banks, highly underrated rapper. A lot of people don't give him the credit that he deserves. But for me, yeah, G-Unit. Out of those 4, yeah, G-Unit will be first for me to go.
Damn. Okay. So I'm gonna go with the list. So Bad Boy, they had Biggie, arguably the greatest rapper of all time.
Bro, you gotta get rid of one, man.
I'm not giving it a Bad Boy because Bad Boy got the R.
No, but you gotta stick with the first one.
Yeah.
And then we work our way down. Pause.
Yeah, pause. I would. 50 Cent is my guy, dog.
Come on. G-Unit's first to go. You know it.
Rock.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's gonna be G-Unit, dog. Because Rockefeller, that Kanye, all his albums fall under Rockefeller. Dipset technically falls under Rockefeller. All of Jay-Z's albums, the movies, Paid in Full, I think that falls under the rock category because they ain't put it out. Paper Soldiers. Yeah, so then G-Unit, I mean, it's difficult because 50 is one of my favorite rappers and personalities.
Yeah.
Because, but I mean, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with G-Unit as well.
Okay, so we got Dipset, Rockefeller, and Bad Boy left. Next for me, it's gotta be Dipset. As much, this is tough. I'm not the biggest Jim fan, but in terms of Jorel's and Cameron, like those 2 for me, man, both have classic albums to me. But again, it's 2 artists. Like the others have just so much more to offer. That's why I feel like it's really not fair. And that's why for me, Dipset's next.
Rockefeller's next for me. Straight up. I don't care. When Dipset came out, and this is me being biased, Dipset's the first group to come out and people thought they were a part of Dipset. Like, as far as fashion-wise, Dipset. So Dipset was more for the culture than Rockefeller. Like Rockefeller,
Rockefeller gave you Rockaware though.
it wasn't a movement. It wasn't a movement.
Dog.
When Rockefeller was on life support, dying out, Dipset revitalized that shit. So I'm going Dipset, man.
All right.
So for me, it's Dipset, Bad Boy. Dipset gotta go. Bad Boy, baby. Take that. Diddy, let's go. Yo, all about the Benjamins, Biggie, Faith Evans, 112, Carl Thomas, Danny Kane, Day 26.
Yeah.
Diddy produced the tracks for Mary J. Blige, Jodeci.
Come on. Mace. Did you mention Mace?
Yep. Oh, Mace. I forgot. And Mace is in my top 10 favorite. Mace is my top 3 favorite rapper of all time. Favorite. Mace, G-Dep, special delivery. I want that.
Like Rob?
Special delivery. Look, I was out there, dog. I'm going to keep it a beam with y'all, dog. I'm going to keep it a beam. When G-Dep dropped special delivery, I was out there doing all that. Harlem Shake, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. So, Bad Boy. Straight up.
I'm with you. Bad Boy. I was going to get rid of Rockefeller next. Like, everything you just said, like, Bad Boy, just catalog too extensive. Too many different artists that all rolls under Bad Boy. It's just, I feel like it's hard to get rid of.
So, we had a question from someone, because we started doing questions for the podcast. And someone DM'd us, and they had a question for us for the podcast. So I'm gonna read the DM. So basically, the person hit us up and said their friend is trash at rapping. And how can they tell their friend they're not good without crushing their dreams? So if you had a friend that was, let's not even do rap, was a trash singer, made boo-boo beats, there's a production, or they are artists and their paintings are whack.
Yeah.
You let them know without crushing their spirit. Or do you just let them know straight up, like, that's booty, that's trash?
I think, that's a tough question. I think the best thing you can
back in the day, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was garbage. Like, yeah, I come through in the Black Range coupe. What I do, I back and forth, cross you from right to left. I come through and I'm mad death. And I'm sitting there like, listening to this shit like,
yo, chill.
He was like, yo, like, how was that, dog? And I'm like, I mean, I saw where you were going with it, but, you know, need a little work.
Mm-hmm.
And he eventually got better. But not that
anymore. I think the most important thing, I think as long as they have another career path, like, it's fine. Like, if they're like not about to bet it all on like their whatever ability, making beats or singing, rapping, whatever it may be, as long as they're not like betting it all on that, then I feel like you can kind of downplay it a little bit. But if it comes to the point where they like, yo, I'm about to pack it all up, I'm about to, you know, move to New York or something like that and just bet it all on myself, then I think at that point you got to have a real conversation with them. Be like, listen, I mean, I'm all for you chasing your dreams, whatever it may be, but I think you need to, you know, make sure you have another means of income, whatever it may be, because this, I feel like, you know, you still need some work. You got
don't quit your day job, basically.
I mean, basically, yeah.
Because your boy did that, dog. Melvin.
Yeah.
Like, he bet on stuff. He moved out to LA, right? And then started the comedy and the acting and all that other stuff. So, I mean, sometimes if the talent's there, you might be able to quit your day job and bet on yourself.
Yeah, but I'm saying in this case, I'm saying if they don't have the talent, then it's like, You know, you can, of course, if you love doing what you do and you love that craft, then by all means, like, if it makes you happy, then keep doing it. But at the same time, like, you still have to support yourself.
Okay, I'm with it. I'm with it. So every episode we're gonna talk. I don't care. We're gonna talk about The Last Dance because that's like a major thing that's going on in the world of sports, especially with there being nothing going on. So like the last episode of The Last Dance, it might have been the best one to me. It was so chilling to see Kobe Bryant up there because in the coronavirus, like we kind of forgot, like it's been a long year, and us as fans, especially us being like big time sports fans, like we didn't really get the adequate amount of time to like mourn the death of such a legend, dog. So when I saw him up there, I was like, dang, like Kobe, he's really not here anymore. And it was his daughter's birthday recently too, so
yeah,
it's a major loss. But like seeing that was super dope. That not only Kobe as a young kid inquired to the greatest of all time, in my opinion, on how to mimic it. Like, give me some pointers on, what you do, which is admirable. And even more admirable for Jordan to like really help this young kid out that was gunning for him. Even though Jordan was at the end of his career. I don't know if they were like, if Clyde asked Jordan some pointers, I don't know, he would have been on that. But like a young dude to like really come up and want to get to be detailed on the greatness, that was crazy. Because like one of the things when I saw Kobe play in person, like the thing that stood out the most to me was not his physical ability. And I saw Kobe a few times play, but this is like number 8 Kobe. So it wasn't his freakish athleticism that stood out to me. It was like how fundamentally sound he was. Like just watching his footwork. And a lot of that has to do with pointers he got from Jordan. So I thought that part was dope on Last Dance. And even me, like when I first got my career. So I first got my career, like I would look at someone who was held to a high standard and I'll just watch them work. I would go in and sit in the back of the room and like see what they would do and kind of like mimic it and put my own spice on it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was dope that happened.
For sure. I mean, I agree with you, with all the Kobe comments. It was crazy, like, when they walked off on the court, he was like, I'll see you down the road. I think I can't remember the exact quote, but it was something like I'll see you down the road. Like, it's just crazy to think about now. Like Kobe's not even here. Like, he's gone. Like, and even in the interview where they, had Kobe speaking, like, whenever they, did the documentary, it was just crazy to see. For me, the thing that stood out the most in the episodes, and I think this was episode, like, they started to blend together, but I think this was episode 6 when they got into, like, the gambling stuff.
Yeah, about
like, it wasn't even the fact of, like, how much he was gambling, because, like, Jordan was making crazy money. Like, so to him, like, they brought up the $57,000 check. Like, to him, that's nothing.
Jorel said you like that Michael Jordan's security guard, dog. That boy
disrespectful. But yeah, like to him, $57,000 is nothing. Like, I know it sounds like a lot of money, but you got to think of how much money he was making. Like, that's really nothing to him. So it wasn't even about the money he was like betting and losing. It was like the fact that he was so competitive. It doesn't matter what it was. Like, I think it was Bill Winnington. No, Will Perdue was telling the story about them on the plane, how they would be playing like cards in the back, and then like him, John Paxson, and BJ used to be in the front, just playing blackjack for like $1 a hand. And then Michael Jordan would try to get in their game, and they're like, "Yo, why do you want $1?" And like just to say that I took your money, like to have that mentality, no matter what it is. And then you brought up the security guards, but him throwing quarters at a wall against the security guards that work there, it's crazy to me. Like he has to bet on everything. Like it's not enough just to. It's like it's just a crazy mentality that not many people have. Like that's very rare. But the fact that he would, and you could tell even after the security guard beat him, like you could tell he was a little heated.
Yeah.
Like on his face, you could read it. Like he was mad. He had just lost a game of quarters. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, and like the thing the documentary touched on, like when he talked to David Stern, I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? So when I think of Jordan's retirement, I thought that the league suspended him for like a year and a half, and that's how they covered up and played baseball. I thought it was being covered up, but like watching the documentary and how it portrayed him being like mentally exhausted from the three-peat, and the media questioning about the gambling, and they didn't talk about his father's death. I don't think they got to that part yet.
I don't think they brought it up yet.
So,
I think next episode is gonna then they're gonna talk about the break that he took.
Yeah. So his father's death and all this stuff. I think the pressure really built up, so he was done with it. And that's when people say, "Oh, the Bulls won 8 in a row." Nah, bro. Like, I don't think. I think he was mentally drained, so he needed that year and a half off. And like 8 in a row, that's crazy. Like that's ridiculous. So it just showed that to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say even Magic had brought up, like, I think he was the one that said, like, if y'all keep it up, like y'all gonna run about the league.
Yeah.
Like if y'all keep treating them this way. So yeah, I mean, of course, next episode will be about like the break that he took. So we can dive into it more once they go into more detail with it. But yeah, I mean, I think the gambling piece was the main thing that I took from it. We've all heard about the that Dream Team practice, like the Dream Team 30 for 30. They talked about that like in depth. So like that was kind of already out there.
Yeah.
But it was still crazy to like for them to all recognize that, okay, like this was the moment that like, all right, he's the best player. Like,
yeah,
when Magic and Bird, they had to just give it up.
Yeah. So what you been on? That's how we gonna wrap it up.
So for me, when it comes to shows, Insecure, of course. Still watching that. Haven't watched the 4th episode yet. So I've only seen the 3.
The 4th episode's all right. I mean, it
still got it. So the last one I saw was the one with Molly had the Thanksgiving dinner or whatever. And then Lawrence went to like Friendsgiving with Condola that he invited himself to, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like he kind of boxed her in a sense. And I feel like he realized like they're on two different pages when it comes to their relationship. Which opens up like I feel like it's very important for if you're dating somebody or you're starting to talk to somebody, whatever the case may be. I feel like it's very important to make sure that both of you are on the same page. And if you're not, it's even more important because then you need to, let that person know where you're at in your life or, hey, I'm looking for this or I'm not looking for this. So just to be open from the get-go. So down the line, like just less problems are created because basically Lawrence was thinking like, all right, this is about to be, my next girl. Like we about to get in a relationship, blah, 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 all this. And then that it like clicked like, yo, like she just got out of a marriage. Like she just got divorced. Like she's not looking for that right now.
Yeah, see, I feel like that conversation like occurs like early on. Like when I'm like on like when I go on a first date, you know, I think that's a first date type of question. So what are you looking for? Like, tell me about yourself. Like that's initially brought up. And I feel like that open line of communication, that's key. I feel like relationships should be built on the foundation of honesty and friendship first, and then you work your way up. So for him to be caught off guard like that, that took me aback. I'm looking at him interact. I'm like, oh, like they really like in it. And then she was like, not like I want something more so casual, and I don't want to have kids, and that's a big deal breaker for a lot of people, bro. Like I got homies that don't want kids, and not only that, they don't want to be married. So that kind of like limits the playing field. And they tell women straight off bat, like, I don't want kids and I don't want to get married.
Yeah.
Do with it what you want. And I commend them for being honest, because I mean, you know, that's key. That's key.
For sure. But yeah, that was in terms of like episode 3, you know, that was my takeaways from that. So that's really the main show that I've been on lately. In terms of music, of course, Lane Demi Tapes, you know, been playing that a lot since it released. But for me, the song, I'm gonna tell. Let me get the exact thing.
You ain't prepared today, dog.
Bro, it's not off the top of my head, man. I gotta go to it, make sure I get it right for y'all.
Hotline Bling.
Come on, dog. Come on, man. One of the biggest songs ever. Come on. But nah. So I want y'all to check out. So another thing y'all might not know, but so Jorel and Jarvis consider me the radio guy. Quotations.
Radio guy.
I'm the radio. They consider me the radio guy because I like whatever radio hits or whatever it may be. But yeah, for me, it's gonna be Lil Tecca. And it's called Out of Love. It just dropped not too long ago. If you just follow us on IG, we post like all of our what you've been on recommendations on our IG page. So definitely go follow that at Off Work Pod. But yeah, we'll drop it there. But yeah, it's Lil Tecca, Out of Love.
What I've been on, dog. Let's see. So Insecure, of course. We talked about that ad nauseum. So I've been on Insecure heavy. I want to watch All Day and the Night on Netflix. It's a little hood flick up there.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I heard good things about it. I just heard good things about it. I saw like the little trailer on Netflix. I heard it was dope though.
Yeah, I'll be watching that at the Ramadan ends. I heard that's really gritty. So that I've been reading the book Way of a Superior Man, and I feel like that book is like the cheat code for men to understanding women. Not in the sense of like playing games, but like to understand like, and not all women are the same. So I'm not saying that, but in a general sense, like understanding the psyche of a woman, and not only that, but how to conduct yourself as a man in a relationship, what you need to do. So fellas, listen, Way of a Superior Man. Shout out to my boy Tim. He told me about the book. I read it on Audible, or listened to Audible, and then now I'm reading the physical. Like, there's so many gems up there. It's like, I wish I would have read it like earlier.
Yeah.
But that book has some gems in it. So that, and then as far as like music, Rex Life Raj, I think that's his name. He has an album called Father Figure 3. It came out last year, and the song that I'm on is Your Way featuring Kehlani. Like, Rex got,
Kehlani got a new album coming out.
I'm waiting to hear that because she got her heart broken. So heartbreak music. As I told y'all, 808's heartbreaks. I could be like in a happy relationship and I'm still going to like heartbreaking music.
Bro, you should have done the 30-day challenge with me, dog. You should have done it.
No, send me the screenshot of that so I can put it on my IG. Send me the screenshot.
All right, I got you. But yeah, dog, like for me, it was crazy because for me, like I'm a completionist. So like I hate to have things like undone.
You're a Christianist?
Completionist.
Oh, completionist.
I think I made up that word, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
that's the only word I can think of that like fits it. But like if I have like a list of things, like I have to, like in my mind, I have to get it done, or like it'll bother me. So my friend Constance, she was the one that sent me the list originally, and it was like over the weekend sometime, and like I went through it. I finished the entire month, bro. Like
so you already have it made up.
Yeah.
What you're gonna do day to day.
It took me like probably like 2 hours, but I finished. Like I just had to finish the entire month. So yeah, I went through it, but it's crazy. Like just going back into like your music library, like listening to songs you might not have heard in a while, things like that. So I thought it was hella dope. Like just going back, listening to a lot of those songs. But yeah, so that's what I did. And then she challenged me. She said I couldn't use Drake.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, she said I couldn't use Drake because she tried to test me on the low.
Is that the woman that was in our fantasy league killing it?
Yeah.
Listen, women who play fantasy football, they be killing, bro. Maybe
Yeah.
Did she win like a championship?
I don't think so, but I know she got to the playoffs a couple times. I want to say, but yeah. So she was the one that sent me the list, and she was like, "I bet you can't do it without Drake." And I'm like, "All right." She's testing my music knowledge, but so I did that, and then also just to make it more fun for myself, I didn't duplicate any artists. So every song is a different artist. So that just for me just made it more fun, just to like really dig deep into the music library to like find some of those tracks. But yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Speaking of, Jorel and Drew are having a battle on Friday night.
We're supposed to be having it. We'll see what happens. We still gotta confirm some details. But it's supposed to be happening on Friday.
At Green, All About Green on IG, and Just Drew It on IG. Friday night, Drew's gonna have Big Sean, and Jarrell's gonna have J. Cole. Chris, shout out to Chris if you still listen to the episode. He said he lost respect for us because we said that Big Sean could compete with Cole in a versus battle. He said that he lost respect for us, and
I'm gonna quote him. His quote was "Big Sean is trash." That was the quote. So
we should call Chris up here But anyways, Chris, if you're watching Friday, go watch the versus battle. I think that Big Sean can compete. I'm not saying that Drew's gonna beat Drew on this battle, but I'm saying Big Sean can compete on that level. So look out for that Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm setting up. I'm the Don King. It's gonna happen. So we're gonna wrap up this episode. Whether you listen to us, if you're at work or off work, we appreciate it. All right?